Hey guys, it's Lisa and Bill.
Hello.
And he's in a video.
In the video.
I need to move this a little bit so that you're more in the video. So
I'm more in the video.
So we're doing a video today because today was a very emotionally draining day.
Yes.
I'm drained. This is really, you know, this whole process is a lot. It's a lot of, you know, I thought our IVF was a lot, but this is a lot. Like, this is a lot of extra footwork and a lot of extra back and forth with a middleman, and today we had to deal with our lawyers. And
not so much deal with the lawyers, but we were doing the whole process.
Finishing it up, yeah.
And it's, for anybody that's worked with lawyers or you are lawyers, it's not an emotional, how do you say it? It's an emotional situation, but it's not an emotional process for the lawyers. They need to be very concise. You know, we're taking it personally, Kelly and John are taking it personally, and you know, there's a lot of emotions there, but when it comes to the lawyers, they need to stay focused and, you know, black and white.
It's all business.
All business, and that's what they're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're doing a decent job for us and for Kelly and John. Just that process sucks because we trust John and Kelly, and we think they trust us. And one thing that at least I feel right now is our communication has been awesome with them, because some of the subjects, when you get into money, again, money is the root of all evil. We've been pretty open.
We're open
back and
about
forth
everything.
with them, a lot of crying, and you know, we're on the same page, and I think that we both understand each other. Right. But when you start getting into the legal aspect of it, now it's like, okay, you know, here's cut and dry. It's like, you know, when you read it in black and white, it's like, stick it to them, and then their lawyer responds, and it's stick it back to you, and it's like, that's how you feel, and it's like very challenging, because
it really bothered me, and I have to say, because I don't like sticking it to people, and I don't like making it sound that way, and that's the way the contract sounds. I'm sorry if I'm crying, but the contract sounds so, it just sounds so, it's, well, professional, obviously, but it sounds so serious, and I know it's serious, but it makes it sound like, what am I trying to say? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I don't like that. You know, and I understand my lawyers looking out for us and their lawyers looking out for them, and we keep going back and forth with little things that our lawyers keep advising us to, you know, add in or to take out or whatever. For me, it makes it seem like it's trying to cause controversy or drama, and it's not, because it's just the whole legal aspect of it. But for me, that part is emotionally draining, because I feel like every time we come back and forth, you know, Kelly and John are worried about what changes they made that we're going to be thinking, and we're worried about what changes our lawyer told us to make that they're going to be thinking. We're like, oh, I hope they're not mad about that, or they hope we're not mad, and I don't like that. I love that we're open with them, that we tell them everything, and I have been telling her everything, like pretty much before the changes are made. We've talked about it before she gets the contract back, and it's, you know, it's okay, but it just hurts me, because I don't like making somebody I don't like making anybody feel bad. I don't like making anybody feel like we don't trust them, because we trust Kelly and John, and we talked about all of this for so long. And as more things come up, that we didn't even think about, you know.
That's the other part too, where when you start getting in with the lawyers, it's like, you know, oh, Lise, try and stay positive and happy thoughts, unicorns and sunshine, and then you get into the conversation with the lawyers, and it's like, okay, worst case scenario time, what happens if this terrible thing happens, or what happens if this happens, and it's like, and that's just weighs on you, because it's like, okay, yeah, what if that happens? What's that going to cost? And, you know, not only just cost, but it's like, we're trying to think, you know, everything's going to be good. You know, you try and think positive thoughts, and
they're thinking worst case scenario,
and that's tough to.
And it's hard to think about that. It's hard to think about what if that happens. Like, oh my God, what if that happens? And we're thinking, you know, best case scenario, but that's not logical. It's not logical to think best case scenario, and I seriously feel drained. I cried all day. I cried to Bill. I cried to Kelly. Oh my God, we were both crying. It was like, you know, and part of the whole thing is, I'm not going to get in, we're not going to get into personal aspects of what the contract said or anything like that, but it's just pretty draining. I mean, for that whole, we went back and forth, how many times today?
4.
2 or 3 or 4. I'm ready for the legal part of it to be over with, over and done with.
That's the one thing where this might be an easier process if it wasn't a known donor. If we didn't know Kelly and John, then this process would probably be a whole lot easier, because when we would go into it, it would be much more, I don't want to say cutthroat, but it would be much more, okay, you know, we're covering our ass, you know, the whole thing. But because there is that personal level, and you know, that with them, it's like we're looking at it as, well, this is the right thing to do. This is, you know, and this is what we want to do, and you know, whatever we can help with is, you know, and the lawyer's like, yeah, I'm like, we don't care. Some of it, we were like, we don't care, put it in there. Yeah,
my lawyer actually told me on the phone today that I was being too nice. You're being too nice. Do you understand that these people are like my family? Like, and that's what breaks my heart, because I don't want to make them feel at all like I was standing there with a stick saying that we had to put this in the contract, because I'm at the point where I just want to be done with the contract. I just want to be done with the legal part of it, because it's so, it's just so much. And I understand that the contract is serious, and I understand that it needs to be there, and these things need to be set in place, and it will save our relationship in the end. I mean, that's what the lawyer keeps telling us. Even though we're both parties are scared, you know, not scared, but worried of offending each other, and it's kind of hard to do that at this point, because we've been very open with each other about everything. I mean, we talk about everything. And that's the one saving grace.
But it's still, even though we have been very, very open, it still doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Ease it. You still get that, you know, knot in your gut saying, oh, you know, what are they really thinking? Are they being really honest? And I'm sure that they're thinking the same thing. So
it just makes me sad, because Kelly is one of my very best friends, and I don't want to make her feel in any way ever that she is not, that I don't trust her, that, you know, that we think that they're asking crazy things. Our situation is a very unique situation, is what my lawyer said, because, you know, they're going to be staying at our house. That doesn't normally happen with a known donor. You know, it's like there is other children involved, you know, so there's just so much information. And for anybody who's going through this with a known donor, we just wanted to let you know how we feel about it.
And be prepared for this process.
Be prepared for this part, because it is seriously so emotionally draining that I'm just praying that, like, that it's over soon. I cannot wait to be done with this contract, because that will be one hurdle out of our way that we're done with, and we could just move on with the, you know, with the stimming and to the next.
After this part, bring on the needles. That's walk in the park.
I'm just saying, it's so draining to have all this business talk, and I know it's needed. I know it has to be there, but I don't like making anybody feel bad, and I don't like making anybody feel, you know, question us or anything like that. So I don't even know if I'm explaining myself the right way. It just hurts me. I've never had to deal one-on-one with a lawyer. Even when I went through my divorce, I didn't have to deal one-on-one with him. So it's like, this was very eye-opening to me. And yeah, it's just draining. Very, very taxing on everybody's relationships.
You have to almost try and step outside the situation and look at it two ways. One's an emotional reaction, and one is a logical reaction, and the lawyer's the logical side, and they're this, and this, and the emotional side is just like, ah!
The emotional side is me. But I'm sorry, I have a heart. It really hurts me to hear some of these things being implemented that, you know, we don't necessarily... You know, it's not something that we're demanding, but it's something that needs to be in the contract to protect us, you know, overall in the end. But it just sucks. That's all. This part sucks. Still stressed.
Stay calm. Everything will be good.
Stay calm. Make sure you're not stressed out.
Yeah.
Right. So, if you guys had any questions, leave them below. Otherwise, I mean, we're not going to answer any personal questions about, like, what is actually in the contract, because that's just between the 4 of us. That's all we have. We just wanted to, this is just kind of like a confessional. We're just giving our feelings on how we felt about the whole thing, how it went down today. This was actually his idea to document this part of it because he just got home. It's pretty late, and
when we were on the phone earlier, I'm like, you don't just record the sunshine and unicorns.
Oh, I haven't.
Yeah.
I just made a video the other night.
This sucked, so put it out there.
See you guys in our next video. If you have any videos that you want to see us answer, or if you have questions you want Bill in particular to answer, leave them below, because when we're together next week sometime, we're going to probably do another questions and answer, because I have a nice list going. So until then, we will see you guys in our next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.